Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. That's just too sweet. Anyway, happy free agency day. Today is day one of the 2024 free agency summer cycle. And as always, it's that time of year when the NHL's general managers just really can't seem to help themselves, especially when they're told that the new cap ceiling is $88 million. So, there's that much more money to spend, right? But either way, it's a good time to watch a lot of money fly around, a lot of years get thrown around, and a lot of teams either make really good sense or make no sense at all. But either way, let's talk about it. No, I'm not going to be talking about every signing that's happened in the course of a day, just because that would take way too long. I'm just going to talk about the ones that I think are of interest, of note, or worth talking about. And trust me, there's a lot of them. It's worth noting, though, of the 185 signings that have been signed, be it extension, new contract, entry-level deals, whatever the case might be. A total of 392 contract years have been thrown across the board, with the total contract dollars being just over $1.2 billion. For that kind of money, you could have bought the Arizona Coyotes. Moved them to Utah, called them Utah Hockey Club, and got away with not naming your team for a year. You could have legitimately done it. But of all the money being spent today, I think your real winners were the Nashville Predators. Now, to say they made off like bandits is almost an understatement. I mean, consider what they walked out with. I mean, they signed Steven Stamkos to a 4-year deal. They got Jonathan Marchessault on a 5.5-year deal, or a 5-year deal, sorry. And they got Brady Shea on a 7-year deal. So all told, you have 3 Conn Smythe winners, Roman Josi and Brady Shea on defense, as well as extending UC Saros. So keep this in mind. I guess your cup window is 4 years. I mean, whether or not the team succeeds after Stamkos is long gone, hard to say, but your cup window has got to be 4 years. So with the Stamkos era over in Tampa Bay now, you got to fill that void, right? Well, they did exactly that, signing Jake Gensel to 7 years. Now, does this completely fill the void left by Stamkos? I don't know, but it at least matches the 40-goal scorer. I mean, they both can do it again. And Gensel's just a little bit younger. So I guess from a Tampa perspective, yeah, that might work. The Maple Leafs doing Maple Leaf things, like they always do. Signing Chris Tanev to a 6-year deal, as well as Oliver Ekman-Larsson to a 4-year deal. Now, am I the only one that is thinking that Tanev contract might just age like mayonnaise? I mean, 6 years he could be 40 by the time that contract's over. Well, it's, again, the curse of the general manager when they have the money. Showtime staying in Detroit. That's a good move for both parties. They also signed Cam Talbot to a 2-year deal. But they also signed Jake Campbell. Now, I don't know if this is a pity move or, they generally have plans for him, but I can't see that being a good move for Detroit at all. And for everything the Panthers lost today, they did lose quite a bit of pieces. They managed to make one smart move. They were able to extend Sam Reinhart. I mean, 57 goals. I mean, the guy obviously wanted to stay there. I mean, he's a big part of them winning the cup. So, yeah, you re-sign the guy. I mean, being able to keep him long term, that's a bonus move for them. I just have to say this just once. Signing Jake DeBrusk to a 7-year deal, smart. Absolutely smart. This should definitely help Vancouver get over a few humps in the near future. And of course, we're going to talk about your Seattle Kraken, because why wouldn't we? They weren't quiet today. They made 2 moves that I'm still I think the jury's still out for me on these 2. We signed a week ago Stanley Cup champ Brandon Montour to a 7-year deal, as well as 2-time Stanley Cup champ Chandler Stevenson to a 7-year deal. Now, I, for one, I'm glad we're collecting all these Stanley Cup rings. It's nice to see that, guys that have been on Stanley Cup teams have them. But without making the playoffs, and this is my big question mark. I mean, yeah, Montour's good. Yeah, Montour's a good puck-moving defenseman. But without getting into the playoffs, what good are those Stanley Cup rings when we can't use the Stanley Cup experience? I mean, I don't want to think that those contracts are going to age out within 3 years. Because 7 years is a long time to give to anybody, but I'm just being skeptical, I guess. Long, short-term story of it. I hope these work. I hope it works well for the younger kids, because, we need to get back into the playoffs. We need to make a mark. If these guys can't help do it, we're stuck. But that was my thoughts on at least day one of free agency. If I skipped over your team, no, it wasn't intentional. Know that I just wanted to talk about the moves that I thought were interesting, and I'm sure your team helped themselves out, short term or long term, for better or worse. I'm sure they did fine. But give me your thoughts on the ones I at least talked about, or give me your thoughts in general on the cost of a team being spent in less than 12 hours. It's another one of them Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. And if you have made it to this point, know that I truly am grateful. So feel free to give me that thumbs up. It'll definitely help out. Trust me. At least lets me know that you're digging my stuff. At least lets me know that you're here. Even if you're just saying, hey, I'm down for that. If you want to, that red button that says subscribe all over it. Well, we're making that mad push to 500. We're almost halfway there. So let's make that happen. Moving forward. Like I said, now that free agency is done, it's pretty much just to wait and see what happens as far as the news is concerned. But know that, like I've said before, I'm playing catch up. So you're going to see a lot of things on a lot of the projects I've got on the go coming up between now and September. But either way, I hope you're here for the ride. I really do. And either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.